This is my beautiful friend Julie, who is also a hairstylist. And today we are talking about, we're having a little garden gray hair chat. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, Julie is the person who encouraged me to do this almost 2 years ago.
This beautiful head of hair.
Yes.
She looks gorgeous.
And what's the most interesting thing about that is Julie is a hairstylist. And I hear so many other YouTube videos saying that their hairstylists discouraged them from ditching the dye. And yet my friend and hairstylist not only encouraged me, but another one of our friends who did it with us and led the way. Look at her. This is the hair girl right here. So, Julie.
What can I tell you?
Well,
I just want to show you one thing.
yes.
Right now I'm starting with my hair pushed this way because it doesn't look as though I am that gray on this side. So this is why I went gray, because I thought, well, look at that. I have a pretty streak that I can utilize, and I think it works. Tamara's obviously looks gorgeous, so I definitely encouraged her to walk away from the box color that she was using, and her ends were very dark.
I never had my hair professionally dyed, so.
No, she did it herself, and it was excruciating. So, and I could tell that she had some beautiful hair underneath it. So it's like, okay, let's empower ourselves. We're just a couple months apart in age. We are 60.
I'm older.
I don't know about wiser, but older. I don't know. It's all good. And I think it just became a little, it's like, let's see what we have.
And I think one of the things that's interesting is that we have different color hair. You know, yours is lighter, mine is darker, but yet it looks, that's the thing about gray hair, is it's so unique on every person.
It is. And I think some of my other clients, they see me going gray. I don't know, it was a real great idea for my profession for me to do this, but I did it anyway. And I will encourage clients to go gray if I believe it's the right time. But if you don't have enough, I hate to say it, but it can age you. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we're delusional. Maybe we look 80.
I do think there are days when I think it does make me look older. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm not trying to look 40 years old.
We are not 40.
No, not by a long shot. And another girlfriend of ours who is, 7 or 8 years older, she
Beautiful.
also, oh my gosh, her hair is gorgeous.
She should be frolicking behind us back here in this beautiful garden that we're sitting in.
But she couldn't make it. Next time. So when did you, how long were you thinking about going gray before you actually did it?
You know, I don't even think I put that much thought into it. I came back from a vacation and thought, I'm just going to let it go. I think I started out with doing some high and low lights to blend it in, and just kind of went from there and was liking the results. So as you can see, I still do have some old color on the ends.
Oh my gosh.
But I think it all blends okay, so I'm happy with it.
I have total hair envy constantly. She's got the hair.
But it doesn't always look like this. You know, it's a hot, humid day in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'll throw the curling iron in there and see what happens. So
it looks beautiful. I will say, I was thinking about it for about 8 years, thinking about it before I actually did it, because I was starting to see in the media some really cool women who had gray hair. But the thought of going through that growing out phase completely freaked out. And I remember this, that I didn't mention in my previous video. About 2 or 3 years before I actually stopped using the dye, I switched from the number 3 permanent hair color to the number 2 semi-permanent hair color. I think going to the semi-permanent dye may have helped not have such a like
Line of demarcation
Line.
is what we call that.
line of demarcation.
Very severe when you're very dark and then you grow out this beautiful hair color.
But I would say we were talking, you did it probably 6 months before I did, maybe 9, a while. You'd already delved into it. And I was like, should I? And Julie's like, yes. I'm like, I don't know.
Tamara, too, was parting her hair on the other side. It's like, oh no, you have to part it on the side that
Here.
shows it
Show
off.
this. Yeah, so.
She's like me. It's like, this side is the darker side. It's like, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
it's still beautiful on that side.
When I was growing it out, I parted it over here because it didn't.
She was afraid to
Wow.
show the brightness of the silver lining.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, girl.
Now we're going for the silver. Now
But
we're going for
we
the.
can fake it if we want to, a little bit.
Yes. Well,
Depending on which
I
side
don't know.
we flip our hair.
Right. Should we flip our hair?
Oh yes, now we're 40 for sure.
For sure. Way younger.
Yeah, let's go clubbing.
Okay. Is it crazy?
You know, it's beautiful.
Okay. I'll
Beautiful.
just do that for a minute. I tried several times not to use the dye, and I kept just caving and using it for at least 6 months.
She was
And
weak.
I was very weak. But you kept encouraging me, and then one day I was about to dye my hair, and I just said, that's it. But I still had 3 boxes of hair dye sitting on my shelf, and I kept them there until very recently, until I did my last my gray hair video I did a couple of months ago, and I showed you the box, and I threw it away, and that's it. I
Did
threw
you
it
scribble
away.
on
I
the-
did. I made a big X on it. The 2 other boxes I had given to my another friend, but that one I very ceremoniously and symbolically threw in the trash. It was really old
Just
by that
like
time.
a bad pack of cigarettes. The end.
But you know, I think with me having darker hair, it was a little bit more of a shock to my self-image in a way, because yours is a little bit
It is more subtle.
more of a gentle.
Although I've been some crazy colors, and when you go from a
Yes.
flaming redhead to this,
But you're a hairdresser. You're used
yeah,
to
I can
changing
change
your
it
hair
up.
color.
I could be a crazy redhead tomorrow.
I had this self-image as a brunette, and so as I got grayer and grayer and grayer, occasionally I would catch myself in a window or something, and I'd go, who is that? It took a while to sort of internalize that as me and not be shocked when I looked in the mirror.
I get that, but I would find myself looking in crowds, and I would find the women who had beautiful silver hair. And
Yeah.
I just was finding that very appealing. To me, it kind of represented a little strength and confidence. It's like,
Yes.
we can do that.
Yes.
We've got that.
Yes, for sure. And I've seen that so much on the internet, on Instagram. There are some amazingly cool women who have amazing gray hair and wrinkles, and who cares, you know? Just because you have wrinkles and gray hair doesn't mean you're not beautiful. And I think that's part of this sort of gracefully aging movement. It's like, yes, believe me, you know, I'll do retin-A and sunscreen and all this stuff, but that's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of an oxymoron, or it's sort of a contradiction in some ways.
True.
In some ways. So what was the hardest part for you?
I think being a hairdresser, it wasn't that difficult because of the highlights, lowlights, the blending initially. And I don't know, the more it grew out, the more I was just liking it. And my clients were liking it and encouraging me, and my friends. Maybe not so my mother, but that's okay. But now, since she has grown out her hair color and it's gorgeous, she's a beautiful white-haired woman. And you know, I think when she thought she had a daughter with gray hair, it's like, who's that? That's
I
not
gotta
my daughter.
hold this. I gotta
Uh-oh.
go get Bozlee.
Oh.
Bozlee!
Now we must go run through the neighborhood to find the dog. Hopefully he hasn't escaped.
Bozlee is tied up now because he knows when I'm distracted. Oh my gosh.
Not-
I did get some negative feedback from a couple of people. In fact,
Do
one
I
of
know
my
them?
Yes, I'm not going to name names.
Just give me the initials.
Later.
Okay.
I literally had someone beg me not to dye my hair. No, you can't. You're
I
going
know
to
who
look
it is.
so old.
I know who it is.
I'm like, I just did it. And I did it right before a wedding, too. Remember that? A big family wedding. I sprayed the hell out of, put all that spray on it.
Yes, that stuff does work when
It
you're growing
does.
your hair color out.
Yes, so hair color tips.
Yes, I mean you can definitely get the sprays and the powders and the things to camouflage the roots. That definitely helps. Hats work great.
Hats, for sure.
Grow it out long enough, cut it off. Mine, I should cut. I need a haircut, but I should, really cut it all off so I can totally see. I've grown mine out now for a couple years, so it probably is all grown out to about here, I would say. Hair on the average grows, like 6 inches a year. So I don't have it is what it is.
I think it took me about 18 months. And then I did, she.
And it is so fun to
cut it
cut
off.
off that last bit
It really is.
of color off of somebody who is.
Victory.
It is. It's like, yeah.
Victory. That was such an amazing feeling. Looking back, I do wish I had documented and taken photos of the growing out process, because looking back, it's really nothing to be ashamed of. And I see women posting their growing out photos on Facebook and stuff, and it's really interesting. So I missed that opportunity.
And women have been forced, with salons being closed,
yes,
to kind of explore what their roots might look like. And it was always fun to go for walks and see ladies with hair grown out like this. It's like, oh, they don't color at home. Good for them. They go to a salon and they're waiting.
Right.
So it's putting all of us in a little different frame of mind to see what happens.
Yes. So what is the favorite part of being gray or going natural, or how
I think
whatever?
it is, it's an age thing for me. I don't mind being 60. I think we're the new 60.
Yeah, right.
We are not our mother's 60.
No.
Nope. And I love going out with Tamara and the two of us with our little silver hair.
Yes.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm not shy. And
We both get a lot of compliments.
we're doing okay. We're doing all right.
Oh, let's see what else was. Has having gray hair changed the way what colors you wear or makeup or anything like that?
Well, I don't wear a ton of makeup, really. But Tamara does try to set me up with a tinted sunscreen,
Yes.
which I do like the new one she's recommended. I don't know that I've really changed my colors that I wear. I still love black. Hairdressers love black, so I think silver hair always looks great with black.
Yes.
So you can always rock the black.
Our friend Michaela has been wearing a lot of white. White and black looks so
And
good
she has a
with
great
her
tan.
gray hair.
She's Italian, so she's got the beautiful skin and thick, beautiful silver hair.
Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Salt and pepper.
Yes.
More salt than pepper.
Yes. And she kind of grew hers out about the same time we
Yes,
were
she
doing it
did.
as well.
Yeah, she did. And she did the low lights and stuff too.
She did. Her daughter's a hairdresser as well.
Yeah. How come I didn't do the low lights?
I made you suffer. she suffered.
I love
dearly.
hats anyway.
I love hats as well.
We both do.
That helps. You can rock a hat.
A lot. I do remember a couple of times when I was growing my hair out, someone at work, and I never knew whether I should, say, I'm growing my hair out. I tried to go under the radar. But a couple of times someone would say, "Are you growing your hair out?" And I said yes, and I started talking about it, and people at work were really supportive. And I do think it changed a little bit the colors that I wear. I feel like, I don't know, I like pale pinks
Looks
and
great on you.
creams, and I mean, I used to go more. Well, I've never been that bold of a dresser, but I would wear red, or I don't know. Has it changed what colors I've worn?
You are more of a muted girl.
Yeah.
I say, get the red.
All right. I need to go bold.
Yeah, go bold.
This is sort of bold.
It's not.
I know.
No, reds, yeah. Black with that hair would be gorgeous.
I do think
Do
lipstick.
you wear grays too? I think grays
I do
on
like
silver
gray.
hair.
More in the winter, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
But yeah, pinks, yeah, definitely. I know you like
Yeah.
your pink lips and
Yeah. I think lipstick is really important, especially when you have gray hair. I don't know. That's just me.
oh,
You
pop,
too.
Pop the
You
lips.
too. Pop the lips. We're lipstick
Mama always
girls.
said, "Aren't you gonna put your lips on?"
Let's see. What other questions do we have here? I think we've covered the questions.
We have.
So, if you are thinking about going gray, ditching the dye, now is the time. It's perfect. You probably haven't gotten your hair dyed for a while. You can wear hats, you can do lowlights, you can do highlights. Ponytails work really well because when you have a line like that, if you put it back in a ponytail or a bun, you don't see that line as much.
Just put it up, girls. Put it up. Twist it up. Everybody can do a messy little dealio. It works.
But having said that, it's a personal choice, and obviously you color people's hair all the time, and that's cool too. There's no judgment. It's not a morality thing. There's no right or wrong about
Absolutely.
it. It's a very personal choice, but it is a choice I am so happy with. I just love the variety of
We're natural.
when I was dyeing my hair, of course, I didn't have it professionally done, but it was just flat. I know. It wasn't good. Oh my God.
I swear she used a different box color every time she colored it.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh my God. The roots were lighter than the ends because apparently she kept putting it all over the whole head.
Yeah.
The ends were black.
Yeah. No.
And then it was ashy, goldy,
Yeah.
white.
I wasn't a pro. I should, but
This is so much better.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm so happy.
We're happy.
We're happy, and if you have any questions or comments or, want any tips, put your questions in the comment box below. But I'm so glad we did. Hopefully we can get a video out of this. If not, we will try again. But this is my beautiful friend, neighbor, walking partner, gardening partner, hairstylist, partner in crime. We have a lot of fun.
We have a great time.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Okay.
Tam. I love your new
Cheers.
YouTube channel. It's awesome. I'm so proud of her. And it's just been a great ride to listen to her and her growing viewers. It's so exciting.
That's
This
so
is my
sweet.
neighbor. She's my friend. She's turning into a big deal. I
Wow.
love this for
I wouldn't
her.
go so far to say that.
I
but
would.
we are having a lot of fun, and
I'm very proud
I'm
of her.
loving every single minute of it. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
We don't have the microphone. Oh, good God. This
Okay.
is-
No, I had it in the beginning.
okay.
We're going to start over. Oh my gosh, he's barking.
He's a naughty dog.
I wonder if they can hear that.
I don't know. Let's continue.
Can you hear the barking?
Can you hear it?
Oh, Zach will look really weird with me holding this up. Maybe I should give him a bone.
Give the dog a bone.
Here, I'm going to give him a bone.
He is a bit of a mama's dog. Spoiled. But they're a cute couple. To be healing.
Okay, here we go. Take 3.
It's a great little place to hang out. at Tamara's tiny house in the garden.